A real treat.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, 'cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
It's the DIZ Pod, where dreams come true. With Corey and Lawrence, we'll explore with you. Feel the magic.
Gets his stuff and gets ready to leave.
And I was like,
you're leaving?
Together we'll make memories.
And he said that's when he was like, okay.
Yeah, so.
But, so why'd you pull over then?
I was probably more scared than anything. Pull over.
That's why they chose the music they chose, and that's why that they laid this life out, you know, from birth to death in this show. It's actually much more to it than I think a lot of people realize until we really start to see it more.
I'm going to skip out because I do have to do my football show where I will be picking the Patriots to lose this week. By the way, go Raven, out!
Well, I'll talk to him later. Pete is great. Love Pete.
11 children in the house. Sometimes we would have 30.
You had the house to hang out at then.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Stevens.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
I just said, let's go live on YouTube. People might like to see that. Believe it or not, that first night we got 1,000 people watching. I don't.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello and welcome, everyone. This is the DIZ Pod live here on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. I'm here with my park bro, Lawrence. He's just not a friend, man. He is a bro. Love this guy. If you didn't listen to our live stream on Saturdays, I had this whole like ode to Lawrence, and I hope he had the Kleenex ready. I heard there were a lot of tears. But yeah, man, we established that you can send a Valentine to your bro. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you get ready to do that next year for sure. We are doing this live because we are doing it for all of you, and you can catch us anytime after the recording, once it's uploaded, and we upload to Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and I never have a list in front of me, so I always forget if I miss one. I missed one right there. Prime, Amazon. Right? I said Apple, I think. Yeah, Apple, iHeart, Amazon, all your major ones. You can check us out there as well. I saw that you uploaded pretty quickly last week to Spotify.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get that up to Spotify pretty quickly. Hopefully tonight's will be live there on Thursday. So we try to get these out timely. Been trying to get them out a lot quicker than I have been able to in the past. So hopefully this one will be live on Thursday. If I can go Thursdays on audio, I'll be happy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a while where we were so many podcasts behind, and now that we're caught up it brings me great joy. Mm-hmm. It is Fat Tuesday, and I did officially spend one Fat Tuesday in not technically, was I? Yeah, I should remember this. I might have been in New Orleans for Fat Tuesday. One time. If not, I was definitely in Louisiana for Fat Tuesday. So if anybody doesn't know, that's a time where you get all fat, right? You just eat a bunch of food today because I think you're going to fast tomorrow or something like that. So
yes. Yeah, so tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. So typically we either fast or have no meat at bare minimum. So I don't know. I'm practicing today. I haven't eaten today. Eaten today.
That's been my normal routine for Okay.
Yeah.
That's been my normal routine for about 4 or 5 weeks now. I do like that 24-hour fast from Wednesday night to Thursday night. I might move it though. I'm thinking about moving it. I think there might be another easily manageable time, and then I can eat at Disney on Wednesday nights. because I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
So there's that. We will be celebrating some Mardi Gras this Saturdays at Universal. I'm
Very
trying to come
cool.
with a. Yeah, I need a. I'm always the king of naming things on the channel. A lot of things end with Diz, but yeah, I just tell people skin, sparkles, parade, beads. That's what we'll be all about on Saturdays. It'll be fun. Really, it's always a lot of fun to see what the costumes are like, to see how many beads we'll catch. And the gimbal, I think the gimbal's caught 2 over the years. Like I'm just shooting and all of a sudden, boom, somebody wraps one around the gimbal, which is kind of fun. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. It'll be a nice little break from Disney and take you all over to Universal Studios. And normally when we start that one, it's later in the day so that we can kind of enjoy the park a little bit and go live just before the parade is where we usually time it. So probably 4:30, 4:45 or so, we'll get started. But definitely make sure your notifications are on. Go ahead and hit that notify button so that you're notified as soon as we hit that button. And when you do, you can assure that we'll be in good position for the parade on Saturdays. So that'll be a lot of fun. Little announcement that came out of Universal today. City Walk is opening up a massive new restaurant. Did you see that?
I did not see that one.
Yeah, it is actually. I wasn't really prepared to announce that, but we're kind of led into that. And it was actually, it's going to be called, I do have it right here. And isn't that funny? Just as I say that, notification, Park Pass TV live at Mardi Gras today, right now.
Yeah,
so
everybody's hitting
you might
Mardi
want to
Gras right now.
check that out when you're done. Yeah, we're getting there a little bit later, I think. Just things have been wacky on the channel. Like we've had Saturdays set up for certain things, which pushed my birthday stream way ahead. I'm never going to do that again. But yeah, and it pushed Mardi Gras. We're usually there the first weekend. But it's Luke Combs' Category 10 restaurant, and apparently there's already one in existence.
Oh.
And the menu looks phenomenal. It really does. So Jacob was asking if we'd go check it out.
What's on the menu?
All right, yeah, I can mention a little bit of what's on that menu. Let me just pull it up. So one thing we didn't understand was when you go on the website, it says explore menus by experience. So you can have the Hurricane Hall experience. You can have, let me see, that moved on me. The Honky Tonk experience, the Still, the 5-Leaf Clover Sports, Beer Never Broke My Heart Bar, Neon Dream Bar, or the Eye. So that sounds to me like it's going, is it multiple levels? Do you get to choose your experience where it's a whole different atmosphere depending on what you choose? So if I click on Honky Tonk, I don't know. It shows the menu. So we'll have to learn more about that. But if you're looking at like starters, if anybody loves waffle fries, I think they specialize in waffle fries. Yeah, and they look good. Like they have Luke's Waff Chose. So it's like, let's see, it's waffle fries, cheddar and jack cheese, queso blanco with crispy bacon and green onions. They have fried pickles. They have wild game meatballs, ground pork and venison, country brown gravy, toasted and sourdough bread. What? Barbecue.
Have you had venison?
What? You know what? I have, and I remember where I had it. I had it tailgating for an AFC Championship game. It was the year that the Patriots actually beat the Seahawks, but it was the AFC Championship game, which I think was against Peyton Manning. And I was tailgating with some guys, and they're like, we had venison and lobster. That's how do you what better way to tailgate? Yeah, man. We up in Massachusetts know how to tailgate for football games, Yeah, we had the spread, and I'll tell you what, it was some of the tastiest meat. We're so used to cow and stuff like that. But two things that have gotten my attention over time is venison and the bison burger.
Oh, yeah.
On Disney property.
Oh, yeah.
Best burger I've ever had. So that's good stuff. Those alternate meats are good. So, man, this barbecue spiced whole wings sounds good. But the wild game meatballs, that sounds like something that's worth a try. They have pepperoni rollers, which reminds me of like the pepperoni, what do you call them? that we have over there in Magic Kingdom, and now we have them in Toy Story Mania
The
area.
spring rolls?
Yeah, it's like a spring roll, I think. Carolina Coast Blue Crab Cakes. Does that mean anything to you? Being from Carolina.
I didn't
It's a
know that
lump
we
crab
really
cake.
did, crab cakes. I mean, I think crab cakes, I think Maryland.
Same. Duck fat fries, crispy waffle fries, duck fat, Parmesan, and herb mix. There's a signature bread bowl. What do they put in that? It's like roasted corn chowder with carrots, potatoes, jalapenos, smoked bacon. It's a French bread bowl. Different sorts of salads. And you can do some add-on steak, salmon, chicken onto those. They even have handhelds. So with that, there's a bootlegger burger, which is 2 Angus beef patties, bacon, Miller Lite beer cheese. So, you're saving some calories there on the beer cheese, Miller Lite, crispy shallots and potato bun. There's an Asheville pulled pork sandwich. So this sounds like a Carolina-based restaurant. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
I have not. I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah, this pulled pork sandwich looks really good. And it's served with super green slaw, potato bun, and you can add those waffle fries with it. So I think Jacob's really interested in that pulled pork sandwich. Smoky Mountain chicken sandwich, cold smoked salmon wrap, Carolina barbecue chicken flatbread. And then you can get into the entrees, like a 10-ounce New York strip with herb compound butter and your waffle fries. The way they present that one, too, is nice. It's like they did a side slice on the entire steak, which is nice and presentable when you look at it. There's an arugula salad accompanied with that. Sweet heat chicken, Carolina smoked ribs, stir-fried noodle bowl. So that's pretty much the savory things. They have a classic root beer float. Mug Root Beer is the host of that one. So I wouldn't mind grabbing one of those and trying those. I'm a sucker for those for sure. And then they have like a big assortment of alcohol and shots and draft beers, canned beers, wines. Sounds like a really cool place to check out. So we'll check it out. Would we do it live? Yes, we would, if it's not too loud in there.
Right.
We never do Hard Rock Cafe. We as a family love the Hard Rock Cafe. I think you do too, right? I mean, we've eaten there together too. It's a place after we're done streaming. We go eat there quite often, and we do it and we don't take you all with us because it's just too loud. You would never hear us.
No.
And the copyrights would be off the chain with song after song after song. So we can't do it. And I imagine this is going to kind of be the same atmosphere. It's probably going to be loud in there. Yeah, so if we can do a vlog, we'll definitely try to vlog it and share that way.
You mentioned copyright just now. It reminded me. So Theme Park Giant hit 10K subscribers today, so congratulations to him. And he wanted to go back and read the chat where he had hit it, and he noticed that the stream was blocked for copyright. And he said it was for a lightsaber.
A lightsaber?
Yeah. So I really want to know what this is because that's really odd.
Was it like a lightsaber sound?
It was. That would be even harder. I mean, he did Star Tours. I mean, we all do it. We do Star Tours, Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance. How could the lightsaber sound be copywritten to the point of blocking your stream? So I can't wait to find out what happened there.
Yeah, let me know what you find out. That would be really, really odd. So, I mean, and you notice, people may not notice this, but you might notice it now, that when you watch people who really know how to sidestep the copyrights, the vloggers, right? Tim Tracker, Nate, when they show things, they only show it for a certain amount of seconds.
Yeah.
They might show you a good portion of a parade, but you're getting it in like 8-second chunks.
Right.
Or whatever.
That's
and
right.
You can avoid the copyrights by doing that. Yeah.
So let me remind everybody, if you're watching us today, you may be watching us in horizontal, like your normal stream, or you may be watching us in vertical or tall. We appreciate anybody watching, whether you're watching on Living in Diz or Park Bros, vertical or horizontal. stay wherever you're comfortable. But most people will watch in the horizontal stream. So if you see us in the vertical, the tall one, come on over to the horizontal and watch us there. But you guys decide where you want to watch, wherever you're more comfortable. Thank you. And Gil Next says, nice Bell shirt, but this is Tiana.
Yeah.
For Fat Tuesday.
Nevertheless, is that a Catherine special?
It is.
Very nice.
It is. Yep.
Very nice.
They actually, I saw it today on stream on Magic Adventures. They Festival Fantasy Parade, Beauty and the Beast were out, and Tiana and Naveen were leading the parade. They were in the front of.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Float. Yeah. So I don't know if that happens every Fat Tuesday, but there it is. So Orange Grove 55 says he's new to our content, loving it. Thank you very much. I have certainly checked out your content as well. Maybe there's a collaboration in the future there. So we'll chat.
That's a new name. I didn't notice that. I did.
Yeah, they've been on Pete's show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Pete had him on last year.
Thank you. Okay. Orange Grove. Thank you so much. I think that our channel is unique in many ways. The way we present Disney, the dynamics between my wife and my son and I, and the occasional appearance by my daughter, who hopefully will come around a little bit more now. But her busy life, you never know when she's going to pop in. I mean, we were live. Listen, we were live at 50's prime time. She FaceTimed Tammy from Epic. That little sucker was over at Epic having non-alcoholic drinks over at the, I forget what they call it. It's the it's like the Nintendo restaurant, or I don't know what it. I can't remember what it is.
Toadstool Cafe.
But she had she was there. She was holding up some yellow drink that Jacob told her to get. So she was having a good time over there. The stinker. But Epic is dead to me. Epic is dead to me until they offer AP. Just so expensive to go. We talked about it again the other day, and we drive the knife into the back a little bit deeper and twist when we look at it. We're like, let's just look at it. You're on vacation in 2 weeks. Okay, let's look. Oh God, it's going to be whatever, a few $100 for the three of us to go. Yeah. So could we do it? Yeah, but man, that's a lot for one day when you're a local.
Well, what's funny is that I still have not been. We have not been.
Oh, I forget about that.
Yeah, we have not been. And I thought we weren't going to get to go because it was going to be so busy that, tickets were always going to be sold out. No, we just haven't gone because it's an expense, and you got Disney there. And normally when we go, it's a short 3, 4, 5-day trip. Can you take a full day out of Disney to go to Epic? Typically, no, but I do need to get there sometime soon. Maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'll touch on this real quickly. We didn't cover this last week. Disney reported their numbers for last year, and park attendance was down 1%. 1%.
What does that translate into? Does that translate into millions or 100,000s or less?
I would think it's 100,000, somewhere in there. It's six figures, not seven. However, revenue at the parks was up. So less people, but they were spending more money.
Now, how do you figure that?
Ticket prices are up. Food prices are up. Merch prices are up.
So they're happy.
And people are buying Premier Pass like it's going out of style. So, So
that's the kind of stuff that I wish would fail, and it doesn't fail.
It does not. Does not.
Disney can wave the magic wand, and it doesn't matter.
Nope.
Seriously, people. You could just be like walking backward tax. We're going to charge you $1 every time you take 2 steps backwards. And people would pay it. Oh, okay, $2. I'll pay it. Yeah. Breathe air. We're gonna charge you an extra $3 a visit for air. Okay, I'll pay it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we pay anything.
for all the people that talked about, Epic is going to kill Disney, blah, 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 didn't touch it. 1%, you're basically flat.
Yeah.
Basically flat.
And profits went up.
And profits went up. And revenue went up. So, yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard to figure out Epic. They are still capping their attendance on a daily basis. They're capping it. Maybe they're happy with it. And as long as they are, that's just going to keep annual passes away. Tokyo 100%. Disneyland does not have annual passes, Did you know that?
I did not.
And we talked about that on the way to the park on Saturdays. And we wouldn't. Matter of fact, none of these live streamers would be streaming as much as you all get to see if it was, and the price is different at Tokyo Disney. It's like $70 a day. And we said, okay, would we do that? Nope. No, we wouldn't even do that once a week. $70 a week attending. I mean, so I'll ask you and we're just, we're freestyling here, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the conversations. We're hitting on a bunch of things before we get to our loose topic tonight. But how often do you think you would go if it was $70 a day, no annual passes? I ask you and I ask me without thinking about it previously. $70 once a month maybe, because you're talking, if I'm paying for 3 people, that's 70 times 3, that's $210 for once a month. And that almost equals what we pay for annual passes. People complained about the annual passes going up, but when you really think about it, it's so cheap still. And you have to be thankful that Disney allows this, because we pay $329 a month for 4 of us. I still pay for Jill's ticket. And to put that into relative terms, Saturday we went. If we didn't have an annual pass and we went under regular ticket conditions for Saturday, roughly between parking and getting in for the 3 of us, I would say we're at $500.
Yeah, because you're at least 500 would be 166 times 3.
Okay.
You're at 184 typically for a single day ticket.
Okay.
And last weekend was a busy weekend, so with their dynamic pricing, I'm sure it would have been even higher than that. Yeah. Plus, then you add in the cost of parking, discount merch. There's
we're happy to hand over $329 a month.
As long as the annual passes prices go up at the same rate as the daily ticket prices, then it's always going to be equal, right? If they start to go up at a higher rate than the daily tickets, then we have an issue. But it's always going to seem cheaper to us. It's still about 9 days, folks. If you're going to go to a park 9 days a year, annual pass is worth it.
Yeah, you have to run the numbers, right? And Tammy can't understand it. She's baffled, but I don't know if you noticed this, but of all the complaining people did about how much they raised prices for annual passes, I think we pay 4 cents more. I even let you know. I even showed you. I'm like, is this right? Is this right? It really didn't change.
Wow.
Yeah. The Big Ben Theory. Hello. How's it going?
That's Benny from Not So Scary Mary TV. He was on the Chaotic Clubhouse chat with Pete last week. I did not get to watch your show. I was working.
Fun.
I will watch it this week.
All right, what do we have on? What do we have on topic tonight?
This week, I thought I would pull a topic that sometimes Corey and I just like to have some different conversations. Right? We can go deep. We could have done a whole hour on the biz of Diz. Right?
Well, which is a podcast I wouldn't mind doing. We should probably still keep that in the front of our minds. There's so many podcasts I'd like to do.
Yeah,
that's one of them. The biz of Diz.
Or we'll have guests or something like that. But we also like to have a little bit of fun. So we thought this week we would do Mythbusters, Disney World edition. So we're going to talk about a lot of the myths that are out there for Disney World. And I'll tell you this, I'm in just about every Facebook Disney group that there is. And so I see a lot of this. I see a lot of these questions come up. And so I thought we'll do a whole episode tonight on busting some of these myths wide open. So I'll give you one. It wasn't even in the plan for today, but should you use a travel agent? Somebody said, this is my first trip to Disney with my family. Do I need to have a travel agent?
If you're asking me, I would say if it's your first time, 100%. 100%. You don't know what you're doing. You might even think you know what you're doing, but you don't know what you're doing. I had to learn at first, and my sister-in-law had experience back then and taught Tammy and I. And I grasped every little bit of knowledge from her. And you know what? For a few years from my recollection, I still used our travel agent, but I made life easier for her. And what I did was I did my research. I did all of that. I probably did more than I needed to do, but I found out about any promotions going on. I knew the parks I wanted to go to, the days I wanted to be there, and what restaurant sit-downs that I wanted to be at on certain days. So when I called her, I'm like, this is what I want. All of this, blah, blah, blah. These days, there are your specifics. Just organize it. Just take care of all that for me. And then she took care of it for us. So you can do that, or you can, right? You can simply just, you can have tons of conversations with these great planners as well, right?
So for me, I remember when I planned our first family trip in 2020 for the four of us, and I did it on my own. And I've always kind of been that way. Whenever we're going on vacation, I will, I typically don't go to like Expedia or Priceline or something like that where you're doing a package. I'll normally try to find the cheapest rental car, the cheapest flight, and do it all separately. But here's the thing. A travel agent can do all of that for you. And it doesn't cost you anything. And they have the knowledge, especially if it's your first trip. They have they have all the discounts in front of them. They have all the codes in front of them. And so there was a time when we used a travel agent a couple of years ago, and she was able to get me a discount that I didn't even know about. And then she also was able to get us into the Harmony Barbershop. So that's where Finley had her first haircut, was at the Harmony Barbershop on Main Street. So, they can do some pixie dust sometimes, or it looks like pixie dust, but really it's just them working behind the scenes really hard to get you what you deserve. So yes, if it's your first time, I would say you should definitely use a travel agent. There's no question in my mind. First time. After you get used to it, maybe you don't have to, and maybe you enjoy the planning. But I still would say reach out to a travel agent, because sometimes they've got discounts that you can't see.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I were to plan a trip to Disneyland, I would probably pick the brain of a travel agent, because it would be my first time.
Right.
And then, we know people, we know Greg out there, and who has a lot of experience. So with my experience here, I can bring very intelligent questions to him as to how to manage the park there. Which, for example, we had a conversation months ago where I said, what rides are long wait times throughout the day? But I know, like after fireworks, if there's an hour to play with, hour and a half, what do I wait on and pounce on later?
Yeah.
Like we know from Magic Kingdom, for us, it's a good chance that Haunted is lightened up quite a bit. Definitely Pirates is what really comes to mind quickly, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain ones you can wait on. Tiana's has really become that, which is pretty much a walk-on.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, we'll see if that changes in the summer, but still probably wouldn't be more than 20 minutes, 25 max, with a few minutes to go before park close.
So that's a good segue into the next myth. You can't do Disney without Lightning Lane.
You can't do Disney without Lightning Lane. That is totally false. If you have the experience, you can definitely navigate the park. That's a nice segue because, could I do better? Like, here's a challenge, right? If someone went in with Lightning Lanes on a Saturday, rope drop, and I went in too, it's kind of a fun little challenge. Like, can you get on more rides than me today? Sounds like that's brewing. Park Bros has the Lightning Lane. Corey has, and I would have a strategy. I think that it would be feasible to come really close or beat someone that has Lightning Lanes as opposed to someone that doesn't.
Well, you probably saw the wheels turning, and it was the DSN multi-view, that's going to be one of the streamer games. Is one has Lightning Lane and one doesn't. Maybe somebody's got the Premier Pass. One does, the Premier Pass is a little bit different. So let's talk about that. So you have the single rider or the single Lightning Lane, right? For Guardians, Tron, and why am I forgetting the other one? Rise.
Okay. How much different is the price between Premier and regular? Or is that not even a thing you could compare because Premium packs everything in?
Everything.
Available, right? Lightning Lane is all individual, right?
Yeah.
So I had the pleasure of trying Premier, and if you want to see how Premier worked out for myself, and Greg took me along. We did it at Epcot. There's a vlog in there. If y'all want to check it out under videos, that was our challenge. Could we do everything in one day at Epcot under Premium? What I learned about Premium is you can do anything you want when you want to do it.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. How do you want to do it? And at first I was like, let's do it like it should be done. Let's just start at Spaceship Earth and we'll make a circle. We'll just do it all in a row. But things happen. Rides go down. Things like that. So, Premier, I would say. So, is your question? Am I answering your question? If I say Premier, no, you could still challenge Premier. I think there's a shot that you could still get everything done, even against Premier. I was going to go the other way, but I'd go with that. What say you?
And you would have saved more than $200.
Yes.
Per person. So that's the other thing. Is it worth it, right? Like, there are so many people that I see, should I get Lightning Lane for Beauty and the Beast? No. Don't.
I know.
Don't. No. Do not get a Lightning Lane for Beauty and the Beast. Do not get one for Frozen. But there's so many people that don't understand that there are ways to do. And listen, both of those shows I just named, you do not need a Lightning Lane for. Walk up as the show starts, you're going to get a seat. Just don't do it. I promise you. But the premiere is a little bit different because, as Corey said, you get every ride, one of every ride, and you just scan when you want to. However you want to do the park, you want to go in a big circle like he mentioned, you can do that. You want to split it up and go backwards, do whatever, float your boat. But Lightning Lane, the Lightning Lane multipass is a little bit different. And that you've got to book, you get 3 in advance, and then when you use one, you can book another one, but you're at the mercy of what is available at that time. And you really can get into some feelings because this isn't available, that's not available. I don't want to do Haunted Mansion now, I want to do it later. And if you work the park as a pro, you really don't need Lightning Lane. Since Lightning Lane has come out, like I used Genie Plus once or twice, I think. Since Lightning Lane has come out, I've used Lightning Lane once, and Corey's done the Premier Pass once. And that's it. And every stream that he's done or I've done, we've gotten you guys on some rides. Right? You've seen Soarin' multiple times. You've seen Ratatouille. You've seen Rise of the Resistance almost every time where one of us is at Hollywood, you're going to see Rise of the Resistance. Now, we do use single rider a lot of times, but I've also done Rise with my family and just walked right on. Go when the first show of Fantasmic is running, and there's no line. There's ways to do these parks, folks, I'm telling you.
We have the cheat codes.
So just think about that. And you folks in chat can tell us, your thoughts as well. You can add to the conversation. If you're watching after the fact, add to the comments as well. All right, the next one is, the myth is park hopping is always worth it. 100% of the time, you should park hop. And I'm assuming this is if you are a day ticket holder.
A day ticket holder. Okay. Is it worth it? No. It's you know what? It's on the individual. It's all in what you want to do. We have superfan J Dubs, who's probably not here right now, but she'll listen later maybe or something. That's all she does. When she comes to the parks, it's all about park hopping for her, and that's what makes her happy. It's like, nope, I go to Epcot for Guardians, and then I go to, Magic for this and Hollywood for that, and that makes her day. So for us, we're more of a, once you get at one park, you stay at that park a lot of times. There has to be a reason for us to jump, and it's, this park's closing early, so we'll jump to another one.
Right.
There has to be a specific purpose for us.
Yep.
So what do you think?
I am 100% behind that. The first couple times we went, we didn't park. I don't think we park hopped until we became annual pass holders. Right? I didn't want to spend the extra money to park hop. Why? Because if you don't know, Disney World is not like Disneyland. Disneyland, you leave the front gate of one, you turn to, it's very much like City Walk, and your other park is there. Fine. Disney World is not like that. You're taking transportation, you're getting back to your car, wherever that is, especially if you're at TTC. That could be, another 20 minutes?
Yeah, park hopping to Magic is the worst scenario.
Yeah. Maybe Hollywood to Epcot's probably the easiest or the closest. You have a bunch of different ways to do it.
Absolutely.
But no, I would say do not park hop. And people will ask, it's our first time there. Should we park hop? And I'll ask, how many days are you going for? And if they say more than 5 days, absolutely not. Don't even think about park hopping. There's no point to it. No point.
Soak it up. Soak it up.
Exactly.
Even for Disneyland, when we ever do get over there, if you had 3 days to spend there, I would want a full day in both parks, and then let me hop and pick and choose my favorite things to do.
Right. Yeah, 100%. If it's your first time, don't even think about park hopping. Now, if you want to do the 4-park challenge, that's a different story.
That's different. Yeah. And Animal Kingdom, for sure, that's a hop kind of day automatically. If you don't want your day to end at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, you're looking to go somewhere.
Well, especially right now, you rope drop Animal Kingdom, it is a half-day park right now. Even if you go in all the treks, you look at the Gorilla Falls, you go back to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Right now, it's a half-day park with no dino. It's a little tough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to circle back about the 1% loss in attendance, a lot of that probably comes from Animal Kingdom, and then they're going to make that back.
Oh yeah.
when this happens, imagine how crazy Animal Kingdom is going to be when these new attractions unveil. It's going to be nuts. I mean, lines for Indiana Jones are going to be quite long.
Yeah.
The Encanto area will be huge. And I think this is getting ahead of ourselves, but Animal Kingdom needs to stay open until like 9 at that point.
So I said this earlier. We were talking about Animal Kingdom because that's going to be there tomorrow. So we were talking about Animal Kingdom, and right now it is certainly a half-day park. But you think about what's coming. The Encanto ride, which we don't even have a name for. Fingers crossed we're going to get a lot of information at D23 in August. the new Indiana Jones ride. You have the carousel that's going to be in Tropical Americas, the whole Tropical Americas itself. I want you to think about the look of the Encanto movie and how the colors are. Yeah, it's going to be great during the day, but how nice is that going to look at night? That park needs to stay open till 9 o'clock. Between there, and you just are spending all this money redoing the bioluminescence in Pandora. Can you give me a couple extra hours to actually see it?
Yeah, it's like an asset that boggles my mind. Like, they should never close at 6 because people are coming here. Yeah, Pandora is beautiful in the daytime, but it really shines at night. Yeah. No pun intended.
Yeah,
you need to see it at night.
Yep.
I mean, it's like you're showing us the trailers, but you're not showing us the feature film.
I think
right?
I've seen it at night twice. Because if you go in the winter, you get it, just right. But give me some more. Okay, maybe the safari's closed. We get that. The Gorilla Falls. Okay, fine. Rafiki's Planet Watch. Okay, but Everest is nice at night. Pandora is great at night. And now you're going to have Tropical Americas. I think that's a 9 o'clock park. I think that's what we're going to get next year. And by the way, they're saying next year. They're saying next year.
Before we went live, I just looked at some overhead shots. I don't know if you've seen the recent overhead shots, but they have the circle laid out for the carousel. The dinosaur in front of dinosaur is gone.
Yeah.
It's all dirt. It's all dirt already. They are wasting no time.
No time.
No time.
No time.
And one thing I wanted to... Go ahead.
I was going to say, in the house for the Encanto ride is coming along really well. They're already on the second story of that.
So much fun to see this all develop, right? I mean, I was just thinking the other day when we were in Hollywood, and as a family, we've opened many attractions. Right now, we're closing a lot of attractions together.
Yeah.
And we'll be right there in 2 weeks closing Rock and Roller Coaster together for ourselves. We're not ones to really go on the day of the closing because 2 reasons. It's crazy and it's not on a Saturday. If it was a Saturday, we'd be there. But we choose to close it out the day before. A little less craziness. And we say our own goodbye with our community. So that's good enough for us. But yeah, we've been closing out a lot of things.
Yeah.
We've opened up a lot of things in our history. The first vlog ever on this channel, first time we ever hit record, was opening day of Toy Story Mania. So
what a way to start!
Yeah. And we hung out with Brandon from Mickey Views. We took him under our wings like our own little son. That was kind of fun. We spent the day with him, so that was kind of neat. And he does great stuff, especially with these updates. He dropped a video the other day. I haven't checked it out. Maybe not. Maybe it was a short. And I think it was like of the overhead stuff. I could be wrong over there at Tropical Americas. But I'm excited for it. Jacob and I were talking about it. There's just a lot of people. We make Disney memories. We hang on to memories. There's a lot of things that I'm willing to let go of and just keep the memories for just turning over new attractions. Jill really loved it. She had a hard time getting over Dinosaur. She called me the next day, still in tears, like, Dad, I'm still, upset about Dinosaur. So we all have our attachments. We all have our loves. But
sure.
I'm more excited to see what Indiana Jones brings. I'm so excited for it. I was willing to I didn't love Dinosaur. I liked it.
Yeah.
But there are many people that loved it. So we all have different opinions. And I say, who are bigger, there's many that are as equal, but who are bigger Muppet lovers than you and I? Who was the biggest banger of the drum that we need a new Muppets 3D? We need to refresh this thing. I mean, they knocked it down, but I wasn't asking for that. But I was ready for something new.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll come back and give us something new with that. So, one thing I wanted to bring up, if you hadn't seen it. You and I talked about it quickly, and I think everybody should know. I think we're in for a great run with Josh D'Amaro, because even over the last few days, he has given us a different look, different perspective of what we might see in the future, right? And today, I'm going to paraphrase. Or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, right? Where
Yesterday.
news came down that Villain's Land will likely be delayed because he's not so happy about the entire plans. He wants this to be better. And it's kind of given full authority to the Imagineers. Go create what you think will make this great. And expense is the last thing on my mind. What? We know that didn't happen under... I think Iger cares more about the product than the cost, but cost is still quite a factor. I mean, it is a business. I know Josh cares about the cost too, but I think past CEOs were more about the product than the cost, right? I'm going blank on
your buddy?
I see his face. Not my buddy.
Oh.
Who started Hollywood Studios?
Eisner?
Eisner. Yes. Eisner. It's Iger and Eisner and this Bob and that Bob.
Yeah.
It's easy to get confused.
And then Bob and Josh have the same birthday.
That's crazy. But I know from Imagineers or an Imagineer even that I knew that Chapek was the bottom line dollar. How can we cut costs?
Yeah.
And that's not how you do Disney. It's not how you do it.
No.
And I'll say this last thing about Josh. Josh wants people to love attractions. Did you see that? He talked about Mando. He talked about Smuggler's Run the other day. He said, I've been in the parks. I talk to people. People like Smuggler's Run. They don't love it. I want people to love every attraction and make memories. And what happens, we attach to those memories, right? And then that attraction becomes special to us because of who we were with that day. We were kids. It was the first time I took my mom. Whatever it is, you attach and you love that ride. So he feels like Smuggler's Run is not loved. So I think we're going to get multiple versions over and over again.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he stops when the reviews come out where people love this one. If people love Mando, then okay. It's probably going to be there for a good run. He wants people to love things. So just wanted to mention those few things about Josh. I think we're in for some great stuff coming up. And I'll say this about movies. I think they're pulling back on Secret Wars a little bit and want to sink more money into it because they want this to be right. I think that the direction that script was going in, they're putting the brakes on it now and saying, no, we need this to be, it needs to rival Endgame and things like that.
So I do want to caution folks not to think that hearing Villains is scrapped, because that's how some people were putting it out there. Which is
wrong. It's not scrapped.
Yeah, we all know my favorite clickbait junk.
Oh yes,
that's out there. So it's not scrapped. It is still moving forward. Here's the deal. Here's what I believe. Just my belief. I believe that when he says this, he doesn't mean I need you now to think of 3 more attractions to go in with the 2 that we were going to do. I don't think we're going to get that much more. I think we're going to get everything that we're getting plussed up, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be about the immersion. It's going to be about how to make it better. Think about walking into Universal and going into Harry Potter areas, right? You feel like you're Diagon Alley. You feel like you're there. I think that's what he wants. I think before that, we were just going to get, there it is. I think now it's going to get, I feel like I am here. That's my guess.
Right. When you say that, for some reason, my brain goes to Fantasyland.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Doesn't wow you. It doesn't wow you like Diagon Alley. Like Diagon Alley, you are immersed. And maybe it has a little to do with, we've seen Diagon Alley in the movies. You really haven't. You can't do it with Fantasyland, like that. Like you're not immersed. You don't feel immersed. I mean, when you get into the queue of Mine Train, you're immersed. But
Okay.
wandering about Fantasyland, you're not, right? You leave there, maybe take a right, and or Pooh is right there. Okay, there's Pooh. It's more of like I'm just in a park with some great attractions. I'm not immersed in a fantasy land, right? It doesn't feel like so much like a land like a Diagon Alley does, or like Villains might feel. Or when you go over to our little Cars land when that opens, this is it. I'm in the land, you know. Tomorrowland, though, is immersive. I'm in Tomorrowland, you know. So, yeah, Fantasyland's a little funny that way. But, yeah, I like that idea. You want to feel like, whoa. It needs to be a jaw-dropping moment when you enter Villains Land.
100%. 100%. And I think that's what we're going to get going forward. I think Monsters hopefully will feel that way. I worry that it's not as closed off to the rest of Hollywood studios as, say, Villains feels like it's going to be closed off. So you can make people think about Diagon Alley.
Yeah. Special entrance, right?
Special entrance. You are closed off to the rest of the park. And so I think you're going to get that with Villains. I don't know that you're going to get that with Monsters because that Grand Avenue entrance is kind of open unless they change it enough to where it does start to close it off a little. But I don't know that you can. You're gonna that Monsters coaster is going to be big. You are going to need a wide open space to get people back there. So I think it's going to feel better than Muppets did. Muppets, when you walk through that wall, I don't think you really felt like I'm in Muppets land, right?
Yeah, good point. No, it was like there's Muppet Theater. You know, and there's Rizzo's restaurant, but I don't feel like I was immersed in like, you know, a Muppet land, like you said.
Yeah.
Imagine what they could have done if they really tried to make you feel like you were in a Muppet land where you're integrated amongst the Muppets. You know, I don't know how they would do it, but yeah, you're right. PDC says how about a portal?
Yep.
A portal. Yeah, you got to feel like you've left Magic Kingdom, and you're there.
100%.
You know? I mean, Imagineers can do anything, right? Imagine if they could pull it off where it was like never sunny. You'd have to really invent. It's like Walt would come into those rooms like, I want it to be cloudy with purple clouds with lightning all the time, all the time.
Now,
there
is a way to do it,
right? Is there? Because think about it. It should never be sunny in Villains Land. It's evil. It's evil. It should never be sunny in Villains Land. So,
what if that was the plussing up that he was like, nope, figure it out. Got to happen.
Yeah, you got to act like Walt sometimes. Just go in, give it a shot anyway, right? Pound the table like I want clouds, purple.
So I think about Vegas and a lot of the indoor areas there, the mall. You have, you know, overhead. You got they try to make it look like you're outside. So it's an indoor closed mall, but you have overhead, you know, screens and all that. Could be done. You have the Sphere out in Vegas that can do anything. It can be done. So, but it's all about the money, and that's the difference between our parks and the international parks. The international parks don't put money first. And these parks here tend to have done that, and that's why we get, hey, that's cool, not OMG. I think with Villains now, we're going to get OMG.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm willing to wait.
I'm willing
to wait if we're going to get something better.
I'm willing. And you're giving me Tropical Americas next year. You're giving me Cars maybe the year after that. So I can wait on Villains if it really does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, in that sense, it'll come faster than we realize because we'll be preoccupied with the other things.
100%. Yep. All right, so we're talking about a lot of new rides. And what's going to come along with those new rides and new attractions? It's going to be long lines. Here's another myth. Long lines equals the best rides.
I think you have to say no about that. I mean, I won't take the one that you said, so I guess I have to think of something else. A long line. Man, what else is long that You know where I'm coming from. Buzz is long all day long.
Yeah.
Not the best ride. Not the best ride. Not even close.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own opinion. But yeah, to bust that myth, no, just because a line is long. I'll let you take your piece so I don't steal it. But that's a great point on that attraction. There's reasons why there's a long line. And it's not it's a good attraction. We all love it. So go ahead.
And it's actually almost the same issue with both rides. The ride you just mentioned, Buzz Lightyear, which is, hey, it's about to reopen. I'm
excited
get worse.
for it. Yeah.
But the lines are going to get worse. But we are both Corey and I are very excited about that ride. We might be able to score more than 100 points. So
yes.
The ride that I had mentioned was Peter Pan's Flight. That ride is not new. That ride, there is nothing groundbreaking about it today. Was it groundbreaking when it first opened? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But in today's world, where you have rides like Tron and Flight of Passage and Soarin', it's not groundbreaking, yet that thing is typically the second, at least in the top 3 longest wait times in the park every day. Doesn't matter what day it is. Now, why is that? Because it's not Pirates. Pirates is a people eater, right? Pirates, even though it doesn't move, you've got the two, it's not a continuous belt like Buzz and Peter Pan and People Mover. It eats people. You got the 2 loading docks.
Yeah, I think one boat is like 24 people or something. It could probably fit.
It's a ton of people. I forget the number. I don't know, 3,000 people an hour, some ridiculous number. And Peter Pan and Buzz are not up to that level because it's 2 people per 2 people, so it's a slower moving process. So yeah, the longer wait doesn't mean the best ride. For the most
Roderick
part,
has
it does, but
Roderick had a good point in chat. People Mover is one of the greatest rides in a lot of people's opinions. Mm-hmm. And you don't wait very long for People Mover, even on the busiest days.
No.
They just keep flowing.
Yep. And People Mover is one where you can signal to them and they're like, yeah, go ahead, you can go again. How many rides can you do that on? So here's another myth. Corey and I did a whole episode on this. Was that season 1? Season 2? It was early on. It was either season 1 or 2. I can't remember. But myth number 4, rain ruins your Disney day.
That was a fun podcast. If you missed it, go back and listen. We basically taught you how to make a full day, an enjoyable day, even if it rained from start to finish at Magic Kingdom only. Or was that all?
Have done, no, I think we did
might have touched on all parks, right?
Yep. Yeah, we did. And let me say this, there are people, again, in the Facebook groups that they'll be looking, today's February 17th, they'll have a trip planned for like March 6th. And they're like, hey, the weather says that it's a 95% chance of rain the 3 days that I'm there. Should I cancel my trip? Should you cancel your trip? That's the only time you can go this year. You're going to cancel your trip because the weather app says it might rain. Look, they told me
it might rain every day in Florida.
It might, but it also might be clear and sunny, right?
Yeah.
They told me I was going to get 12 inches of snow 2 weeks ago, and there was nothing. So don't book your whole life around the weather. There are ways to do that park. Get a poncho, get an umbrella, however you're comfortable. Make sure you got good rain shoes or waterproof sneakers or sandals or whatever you wear. Have an extra pair of socks and take advantage of the fact that the park is going to be quiet and you'll be able to do all those rides without buying Lightning Lane because it will be so quiet that day.
Yeah, negative weather is always the way to go. And I categorize it as negative weather, because what did we do when we were freezing our butts off, freezing our noses and our chins off 2 or 3 weeks ago at Magic Kingdom? Magic Kingdom, when we got in there about 9:30 at night on a Saturday, it looked like Magic Kingdom does an hour after close.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what did we do? Let's go on everything we can go on because the park is open. We almost got our own Jungle Cruise boat.
That's right.
But they made us wait for others. We had the run of the park, whatever we wanted to do, pretty much. Yeah, and with the rain, I'd say the most common comment for locals and for maybe some others that are visiting, when it's raining and you start seeing people leave, you're like, this is great. You know, park's going to open up now. Keep leaving, everyone, because we're staying. So, yeah, rain should never stop anybody. And it, like you touched on, it's what we do. You be prepared with shoes, footwear that you're prepared to get wet, and it's not going to make you miserable. My kids always love to walk around in wet shoes. Never wanted sandals. I don't get it. It's gross to walk around in that, the soggy socks. But Jacob does. Jacob does it. So, good footwear, an umbrella or a poncho, whatever you desire. I think an umbrella is way better. And you can just stay on the move. I always look to the sides at all the people that were unprepared that day, and they're gathered underneath covering because they can't move because it's raining. So don't mind a rainy day at all.
Nope.
Prefer not to, but don't mind it. There's advantages.
Right. Wilson's in the World, another Disney Streamer Network friend, they said a bad weather day at Disney is still better than a regular day at work. Yeah, and Catherine said something similar. Folks, if that is the only time you can go and you've got everything booked, go for it. Go for it. I'm telling you, I've been there in September. We went and drove through a hurricane to get to Disney World. We drove through a hurricane to get to Disney World to meet this guy on the other side of the screen. I mean, that wasn't that was that trip. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Do not cancel your trip if that is the only time you can go. Just go and enjoy it. And guess what? That weather's going to change about 10 times before you get to that day. So,
yeah, I mean, Florida is a tropical place. Like, you don't look a week or two ahead of time. I know you're excited about your Disney trip. Don't even sweat the fact that rain is in the forecast, because it either is or it isn't.
Right.
In typical Florida, it's not going to be all day. You'll get an hour or two, cools things off, maybe makes things hotter. It depends. But don't ever be hinged up on weather to affect your Disney trip.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another myth. Rope drop guarantees everything. Now, rope drop, let me explain that to Corey. Rope drop is when you get there when the park opens. I had to look this up. You get there when the park opens, or actually before. There's people that get there before the park opens.
Really?
And then you are there before the majority of the crowds. This is a weird concept to me, but yeah.
That's a thing, huh?
Yeah, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., you're in the park at that point. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for enlightening me. See, you learn things every day.
Every day.
I like to put the rope up.
Yeah.
I like to turn the lights out.
I watch a lot of streams, being what I do for the Disney Streamer Network. And I see a lot of these daytime streamers, and they're there in the mornings, and it is quiet. There's no question about it. Do they get a lot of rides in? Yeah. Thad was on Tron today in Tower today in like 30 minutes. You do the big ones in the morning. People will go to Slinky Dog. They'll go to, Hey Purple Pleasure. They'll go to Tower of Terror. They'll go to Tron, Space Mountain at Rope Drop. So I get that. I just don't think that it guarantees everything. Number one, rides go down. Number two, you're not rope dropping Tiana's. Now it's starting to get a little bit warmer where they will have it open. But guess what? December and January, Tiana's does not open in the morning. And
I didn't know that.
Slinky Dog doesn't open in the morning because it's too cold. The water's too cold for Tiana's, and roller coasters won't operate under a certain temperature. So you it's not a guarantee to everything. I have seen it that you do get a lot done. I maybe one day I might try rope dropping, but it does not guarantee you everything. That was where I was going with that.
I love rope drop though. I do. And when I'm there, I'm like, I got to do this more often. Like, there's just something so nice about the parks in the morning.
Yeah.
Just all the hours ahead. How much fun you're going to have.
True.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, like you said.
You have the whole
some
day.
Some quick early entries. You can really take your time. But there's a lot to be said about the evening, too. So
True. Yeah,
both are great.
I've done both. We've done rope drop. We haven't done a lot. But I do remember it was Catherine and I just on a adult only trip, and we went and got breakfast at the Starbucks, went and caught the opening show at the castle, took our time. It was very enjoyable. So there's something to be said for that. We've also gotten there somewhat early, done a midday break, and went back. I enjoy that too. And then I've also enjoyed, getting there at 2:00 in the afternoon and staying until park close. So it really just depends on what you like to do. But the point is, rope drop does not guarantee everything, but it does give you a good start to the day.
Sure does.
Here's a couple quick ones. Solo Disney isn't fun.
No, I mean, it's two different things, right? I can have fun with people and I can have fun on my own. For me, it means moving as fast as I want to move. I glide off of rides sometimes, coming off Pirates or something. Like, I don't know if my feet hit the ground for several steps, but we're out. We're quick, or I can be quick. And especially crowds, you can weave in and out of the crowds, but you don't have to ask anyone else what they want to do too. It's whatever you want to do, and let me just go do it. So, I mean, I've done vlogging days where I've ridden the Skyliner from resort to resort, things like that. And I reflect back on that at the end of the day. I'm like, this was so much fun. It was so much fun. Is Disney more fun to share with others? Yes. But you can find so much fun on your own as well.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I've gone with the first trip we did as a family was the four of us. Had a great time. Finley wasn't even 2. Jay was 19, 20. And so we had a great time. We've also gone the next trip. Well, not the next trip, but 2 trips after that, we went with 18 people. Was that a blast? Absolutely. Would I plan that type of trip again? Absolutely not. I'm not planning a trip
if we're
for
swinging
18
the pendulum
people.
that way, that's a whole different thing.
Absolutely not.
There's too many people where, even when you guys travel with us and a couple others, if we have a mixed crowd, we get walking and then you have a sense, let me check on everybody. And it's like, oh, where's so-and-so? Oh, they went into that shop, or, oh, they had to run and get a snack, or they're in the restroom. Okay. Do we keep going, or what do we do? It's tough to keep a lot of people together.
Yeah. And then especially the reason that we were all there, all 18 of us, was I was proposing to Catherine in front of the castle, and we missed our date. We missed our daytime that I wanted to do it because her sister was late getting in. So we did it at night, right after the fireworks. And I was trying to gather everybody for the fireworks, and then it was just crazy. Was it a lot of fun? It was a ton of fun. It was even the craziness of the whole, we didn't have a place to stay and we're sleeping on the floor and all that kind of stuff. It was still an absolutely fun trip. Catherine and I have done just the 2 of us. We've been with just friends, and I've gone on my own. There's fun to be had every way that you do Disney. You're in Disney. I don't care who you're with. You're in Disney. Go have a ball. Nothing wrong with it.
Disney Mickey Superfan says, how about doing a cruise solo? Now, that to me is a much bigger step. I don't know I guess I would say this. If I was single and I wanted to go on a cruise, then I'd probably do it. But I probably wouldn't just go do one on my own because I wanted to try it. I think it's easier to have more fun in the parks for me than to do a solo cruise. But I know I think there's people in chat that have done them and love them too. It's all in what I think you can get out of it. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't want to do a cruise alone if I could help that. What do you think?
I could say I think your point does make sense, right? Sharon is in chat. She's a big avid
she's
cruiser.
Done them. And
she's
good
done
for
by
her
herself.
for just doing it. What
And
she
she
wants
loves
to
it.
do.
She loves it. But could I do a solo cruise? I don't think so. I mean, maybe if somebody says, "Hey, DSN, we need you to come on the adventure," and we only have one ticket. Okay,
sure, let's do that.
I'll figure that out. But just to do it on my own, I don't think so. I think you're right. It's a little different. And I think the other thing too is that I've only done one cruise. You've only done one cruise. So there's so much more out there for us to experience with our families before we say, all right, we'll do a solo cruise. So
if I'm doing solo, I'm doing solo singles. Now you're talking. You can make a lot of friends. If I was single.
Anne says I should get married in front of the castle. Anne.
Oh, you're not married yet?
How much do you think the DIZPod pays? What do you think that costs? That's not free.
Oh, as a matter of fact, Jacob was talking to me on our way to Phantasmic when you showed those beautiful photos, that the montage of my life in pictures as a kid and all that stuff. Jacob was like, was that in the budget? I'm like, yeah. I said, sign off on it. Whatever it cost, Lawrence, just I'm approving it. I'm signing off on it. He's like, okay, I got to make sure. I just talk to Lawrence about it. It's approved.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, we're trying to get paid on the DIZPod. We're trying to get paid. We need 20,000 subscribers on this bad boy.
So
Subscribe to the DIZPod, everyone.
We kind of answered this already. You must plan every minute.
Oh. So I'm a planner. I'm a big planner. I get in trouble with Tammy because I talk about plan. Like right now, if tonight I sat down, I'm like, hey, we're going to Alani in June of 2027. And it's like, if I'm like, hey, on day one, why don't we drop our bags, jump in the car, and we're going to go get some malasadas over there, down the road. And then from there, we can hit the Dole Plantation. She'd be like, dude, it's like more than a year away. Why are you talking about things so far away? For me, I like to plan. So for Disney Day, if I was on vacation, I don't think you have to plan every second. Now, listen, I always tell people, don't wing it. Like, that's one book I've always had in my mind. Like, the title would be You Can't Wing Disney. You cannot wing it. I don't care what anybody says. If anybody wants to challenge me in comments or the chat, you cannot do that. You can only do that with the mindset of, I don't care what I do.
Hey, that was another podcast episode. You Can't Wing Disney. That was the title of the episode.
Really? See, so we've done the podcast.
We've done that.
That's the only way you can get away with that. I can wing Disney. And some people do come and they don't care what they do. They just want to be there. I'm amazed at a lot of you that hang out with us. Like, I don't know if I could do it that way. It means the world to us that you all just want to just come with us. Trust me. It means the world, more the words we can say, that you want to just follow around and hang out with us for the day. For me, it's like, and maybe they cover what they want to cover in the rest of the trip too.
Probably.
But it would drive me crazy to spend a day in Disney and miss some of the things that I'd be like, if I'm in Epcot and I love Soarin', but Corey and Tammy and Jacob didn't go on Soarin' that day, I'd be like, I'll be back. I gotta go on. I gotta do these things.
Right.
Right. So, but you don't have to plan. As much of a planner as I am, I've never planned rides past when we were coming. It was fast passes. So you knew your fast passes to start the day. You knew where you're eating dinner, and that's it. It's too hard. There's got to be somebody on Earth that's done this, right? There's probably a world where some people have tried to plan out, okay, when we step into Magic Kingdom, we're going to go to Tomorrowland. We're going to do the People Mover, Carousel of Progress. Then it's over to Tomorrowland Speedway. And then we're going to jump on Pooh. Like, I don't think anybody does that. It's impossible. It would never work.
So I mentioned that if you remember the show The Middle that was on ABC, they went to Disney, but they were supposed to go to Disney World, but they ended in Disneyland or vice versa. I can't remember. But Sue planned everything, and she had a book that was like this thick, and it's like, I can't do that. Well, now you wouldn't do that anyway, because who would use a book? You would all plan it in your phone. But I like the spontaneity of take what the park gives you. And the problem with like the scenario Corey just said is you plan all this stuff out, and then what happens if Pooh goes down? What happens if, Mine Train doesn't open? What happens if they decide to refurb XYZ? You have to be ready for that stuff. And I think when you plan to that extent of having a book like that and knowing, we're going to take 18 steps and then we're going to breathe, that's too much for me. I think you have to go in knowing, here's what I want to accomplish. Here's what I want to do. And, like the December trip I was there, I knew we had the Pete meetup, and I knew we were going to do, certain things after that. Okay, so that I have in mind. But to go down that path of planning every minute, couldn't do it.
As a local, the closest I come to doing that is probably only Epcot, which will be, I do like to, at least the first few times of going to a new festival, I do have the booths planned out that I want to hit.
But even then, you have what you want to hit, but you don't hit them all. You don't hit them all in a row. You're still, okay, I've got these done and I'll hit this the next time, or, let me go grab that right before Luminous or something like that. It's you still leave, even though you do plan, you still leave yourself some flexibility, I think.
Yeah, thanks. I think we do. Didn't really give it deep enough thought, I guess. What we had on our plan for Festival of the Arts to start was, we went dominant. The list dominated with the sweet stuff over the savory. We're like, we don't have enough savory here. We got to find something else that's savory.
Yeah.
So we had to pivot. But it's true. We take what the park gives us. And what that means is just we go in, and we don't like to wait for things very long. The stream has something to do with that, but we've always had a family rule of no more than 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a debate for some things. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the kids would be like, Dad, really? We're going to wait 30 minutes for this? And that's when I'll say, the whole park is busy. We don't have a choice. But we rarely do things that are, 30 minutes and above.
We went, the last time the three of us went, we went to Test Track. And it was going to be Finley's first time, and Catherine too, on Test Track. And I kept watching Test Track, and it would go down a little bit, but we're still hovering around 60 minutes. And I said, we're just going to have to do it. And I think we were meeting you that day. So it was like, we're going to have to do it now because we're going to be with them later on doing other stuff. So we bit the bullet and did it. Did I want to wait 60 minutes for Test Track? No, but I had to, because number one, I can't do single rider, can't send Finley on single rider. Next year, technically we could. She'll be 7 tomorrow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, she's turned 7 tomorrow. And the rule is if you are 7, you can sit alone on a ride. I forget what age you can enter the park on your own, but there is an underage age that you can enter the park on your own. I couldn't imagine sending like a 12-year-old to Magic for the day. See,
I think there's stories though where people used to do it back in the 70s, maybe the 80s too. I drop the kids off, let them go have fun at Magic. I've heard that story from someone. Don't remember who it was from.
I don't even think it's a safety thing. I think it's, how come you get to go spend the day at Disney and I've got to go to work?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. No. You go to school. I'll go to Disney while you're at school. How about that?
Tomorrow's going to be a weird day for me. I'm actually seeing a patient not very far from Disney, according to the map, in the morning. Then I got to come home, work my route, and then go to Disney for real.
Oh, wow.
I did have a little thought of, it's just not going to work out that way this time. But, well, I guess I could have worked it where left there, changed somewhere, and just been at the park. Could be a possibility maybe for next Wednesday, maybe, if I plan it right. If I want to try that. But I like to kiss the kids before I go.
So what do you guys in chat, what do you guys in the comments think about some of these myths? Do you still believe them? Were we wrong on any of our takes on them? Feel free to chat or comment and let us know. I mean, you know, we are park pros, but we could be swayed in different thinking here and there.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if it's like this for all podcast platforms, but if you strictly listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all that, do whatever you can to let them know that you enjoy us. Leave a review. That goes a long way. We're just gonna keep doing this every week. Do we want to be number one in what we do? Yes, we do. We may not get there. It's not going to affect how much fun we have, but we'd like to be the number one Disney podcast out there. Not going to lie about that.
Yep. I mean, we're already at episode 127, I think.
Let's go.
We are on the way. Most podcasts end after 20. About 20.
Yeah.
And I have friends that have hosted podcasts and stopped after like 4.
And I almost did 20 on my own first before I brought you in.
Yeah. There's Theme Park Giant. Congratulations, Thad. 10K subscribers today. I have to change I'm going to have to configure the layout for the sub count on the Disney Streamer Network because he's about to pass me in subs probably tomorrow.
We got that competition going.
He'll be ahead of me.
All right. Congratulations, Theme Park Giant. Don't quit now. Keep going.
That's right. Don't quit.
Don't make that 10,000 your mark and then you quit.
Don't
keep
quit.
Going.
Oh, speaking of quitting, he says he quit after 4 podcast episodes.
Oh. See that?
See, there's that number.
Yeah, it's fun to play on the mic. It's fun to hang out with all of you and talk Disney and have a good time with that. I like to play.
Yeah.
Just playing. Just a couple bros talking Disney.
That's right. We got some good episodes coming up. We have the Flower and Garden. I think that one's going to be a big one. That
Let's
preview's
go.
coming up.
It's my favorite.
D23. I'm still trying to figure out what the plan is for D23. We've got a couple ideas. You know, I do have the Frontier Airlines annual pass. I could just make my way over there and stream from D23, maybe. If not, we do have the ability to, because it'll be Saturday, so Corey will be in the parks, and I could do a live break-in in the live stream with some updates if I'm home, so we might do it that way. So during that night, that weekend, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then Tuesday we will do a recap the Tuesday following, and we might even do maybe we should do a preview of D23 and kind of throw out our ideas on what we think we're going to hear and names for the rides and stuff like that. We could do that the week before.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That works for me.
So we got a lot of fun stuff coming up for all of you. Appreciate everybody that joins us week after week, or if it's your first time, is Christy P.H. Disney from across on the West Coast out there streaming Disneyland.
Is Christy like a doctor that covers Disney or like has a PhD in Disney? And I like the use of DIZ. The use of DIZ is very nice. I like that.
I would imagine Corey would like that. Yeah, so Christy, tell us where your name came from, where your channel name came from. That's a good call out. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, just wanted to reach out to Michelle Hollensteiner here, who's having a tough week. Lost her dad. That doesn't go unnoticed. This is a caring, loving community. You can feel safe and, take your mind off. You know that here. We're all here for you, Michelle. And, we're so sorry for the loss of your dad. We know how much he meant to you. So we're here. We're here for you.
Absolutely. So we are going to send both channels, Park Bros and Living in Diz, are going to send you over to Park Pass TV. They are out in Universal Studios.
I might check that out myself a little bit.
So you'll get a little preview of Mardi Gras with them, and then make sure to go to Living in Diz, hit the notify me button. The stream is already scheduled. Hit the like button while you're there if you want to, but make sure to hit the notify me button. So as soon as I click live, you'll get the notification guaranteed.
Sounds awesome. Love all that. Tomorrow night we are live at Magic Kingdom. I'm pretty sure the time has not changed. Still fixated on 9 p.m. for a sharp, early Magic Kingdom close. We love that. We don't. We don't love it.
Yeah.
So, what are we going to do? I think people do like my walk. The exiting the park is just gross with the amount of people that are out there trying to leave at this time. It's
plus you don't want to leave.
It's not a good situation. It's horrible. I'd rather do a relaxing walk back to the TTC. So I'll give you all a nice relaxing walk back if you'd like, because just waiting in that line is not great. And, we could hang out on Main Street for an hour and let it clear a bit. I don't know. You can all let me know what you want to do. So Shirley wishes she could go to MK. You can come.
Your pass is good. You can go there.
Yeah, it works.
They'll
can do
let
it.
you in.
Yeah. So that's it. Saturday, we are breaking away from Disney for one Saturdays, and we're happy to bring you some Universal Mardi Gras as well. So you get a little preview by watching Park Pass TV, and then we'll take over the reins there at Universal on Saturdays. Looking forward to that. So good stuff.
All right, so head over to, when this ends, it'll head over to Park Pass TV. Let them know Living in Diz and Park Bros sent you, and go catch some beads over there. We will see you
and let them know
night.
that we sent you. Let them know that we sent you.
Yep. We gotta extend the love for all the streamers in the Disney Streamer Network, and really start to support each other. Shirley Renee says it's open till 11 tomorrow.
Yeah, and I've said this before. We're so glad for Pete's meetup. Can't wait till he does one again. We'll make sure we get there sooner. We had a great time meeting so many people, and what stands out to me, the most is to spend some time with Park Pass. We have so much in common. We have so much in common together, and we had a good time, and it'd be nice to get to know them a little bit better, and who knows, maybe do something together.
Yep,
kind of thing.
Yep,
so
we got to work on that.
Let them know that we sent you, everybody. And for now, we're just a couple of bros talking Disney. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow night at Magic Kingdom.
See you tomorrow at Magic. Take care, everybody.